Good morning, guys. Hope you're well. It's Dan Latto from daniellatto.co.uk. So today is International Teachers Day or something or other, and with it being International Teachers Day, you're supposed to say about a teacher that inspired you. So I've actually got two teachers that inspired me. The first one, I'm married and that's not inappropriate, by the way. She's now my wife, and I met her like you know, when I was 38, but she just happens to be a teacher, so obviously she inspires me because she's my wife and she's like my backbone sort of thing. Behind every person who's doing all right for themselves is an even stronger person who's backing them up, and that's my wife. So she's a school teacher, so that's the one person. Bit of a cop out, I suppose, but there you go. The second one that inspired me, and you'll find this quite interesting, the second one that inspired me was not inspirational at all. In fact, he was a bit of a twat, and I'm not going to mention his name, and I'm not going to mention the school either, but he wasn't very nice. In fact, he said to me when I was 16, my daughter, who's, I think she was 9 or 11, my daughter's more intelligent than you. And here I am, by the way, 45, driving past the beach on my way to get some breakfast by the beach. So I wonder, interestingly, what his daughter, who was 11 at the time and I was 16, so it's 30 years ago, I wonder what that daughter's doing now. I wonder if she's got a 9-to-5 job. And in fact, I'm wondering if that teacher of its 30 years, I bet he's only just retired. So they really inspired me, but they inspired me with a sort of a negative motivation, if you like. They inspired me because I realised I didn't want to end up like him. He was a not very nice person. He was a bit of a sore loser, quite frankly. Felt he should have been higher than he actually was in terms of his situation in life, you know, because he was an intellectual, and there's lots and lots of intellectuals, and we know lots and lots of them, don't we? And as an intellectual, they think that they should be doing better off. And fine, you're a teacher, that's great, and teacher salaries are really good if you can cope with the amount of work that you get and so on. But he was very inspirational for me because I realised I didn't want to be like that person. I didn't want to go, and I was going to use the word 9-to-5 job, but what he had wasn't a 9-to-5 job, and it's certainly not a 9-to-5 job now. That's actually one of the reasons why we left the UK, is because the wife was working 9-to-5, and then she'd get in and she worked 6 to 11. It was crazy with the amount of work that was going on, and then she was working in a school that wasn't getting great Ofsted results because the catchment area was in a poor area, and so it's very difficult in that sort of situation. But in terms of inspiration, and I've done videos about this before, about, you know, what's your fuel, what's your inspiration fuel, your motivation, and for me it was about not ending up like him. And I actually sent him an email saying, you know, that I felt the way he taught was wrong. I felt bullied by him, which I did. He was a bully. I mean, it's, you know, I got bullied by the kids in middle school, and then I went to high school, got bullied by the teacher. It's crazy. But that was the sort of motivation juice for me, because I realised I didn't want to be like this guy, and I wanted to make something of myself. And I sent him an email, and by the way, by this time we'd made, like, you know, we've bought millions of pounds of property that we still have today. That's what pays for the lifestyle and all that kind of thing as well. But I just thought it was really interesting with it being International Teachers Day, and you know, when I think about that, and I think about my experiences as a student at high school, it was pretty dire, really. But looking back, you see, that was probably a good thing. If I'd have had a good experience at school, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, which is parking up at 10:30 on a Thursday morning, about to go get some breakfast, because there's not a lot else for me to do, because my income's already covered through what we do, and that motivation worked really well for me. So it was like a negative motivation, but we were able to use it for something really positive. Alright, let's go get some food. I hope that's useful for you. We'll speak to you on the next video. My name's Dan Latto. Take care.